It's the Red Arrows! As I said, arriving in that amateur battle formation, smoking our famous red, white and blue. Red 1 easing up ever so slightly, then turning right, which means he's conducted the rolling arrival. Red 1 is, of course, squad leader John Bond. He is in his second year leading the team as Red 1, the team leader. He's previously been in the team for 5 years. This is his 7th year on the team. He's been Red 2, 4, 6 and 7. He's a former Typhoon pilot, former Tucano instructor, and he flew the Tucano display in 2012. You're now seeing in our famous Diamond 9 from the right, once again, the Red Arrows. On the right hand side of Red 1 is Red 2. That's Flight Lieutenant Rob Thomas. Rob is in his first year on the team. He was taken from training and made into an instructor on the Hawk with 208 Squadron at RAF Valley, before then going to the Typhoon, and he's flown on operations over Iraq and Syria, as well as Eastern European countries, defending the skies of our NATO partners. And he's also been an instructor on the Operational Conversion Unit, 29 Squadron at RAF Valley. You can hear those commands from Red 1. They're almost robotic and monotone in the way that he delivers, because we fly our formation by ear rather than by eye. And that means the pilots on the outside of the formation, because they have a bigger amount of air to go through, they put their input just a little bit earlier than the ones on the inside, and it helps that wing roll as one, rather than a ripple effect down the wing. The command is given once again. You've got Reds and 9 collapsing back behind the main formation to form once again the iconic shape of one of the most iconic aircraft ever to fly in history. From the left, the smoke comes on for Concorde. On the left-hand side of that centre stem is Flight Lieutenant Andrew McEwen, known as Macca. Macca is in his first year on the team. He was previously flown the AV-8B on exchange with the United States Marine Corps, then came back to the United Kingdom and flew the F-35 Lightning II. And he is the first pilot in the Red Arrows to come from the F-35. The team now starting to move up with Reds 2 and 3 moving up to alongside Red 1 with the rest of the formation, forming that Delta wing at the back. And of course, this year celebrates the 20th anniversary of the Royal Air Force Typhoon display team. In from the front, the smoke comes on as they reverse around to the right. This is Typhoon. On the far right hand side, all the way down at the back, is Red 4. Extremely hard position for him to fly, because we take all our formation references from Red 1, so he's looking through the formation and not necessarily the guy immediately on his inside. That's Red 4 squad leader Chris McCann. Chris is in his second year on the team. Again, he was taken from training straight into an instructor role on the Tucano. He then joined the Tornado GR4 and flew with the world famous 617 Dam Buster Squadron, where he took part in operations over Iraq and Syria, as well as Afghanistan, where he received an Air Force Cross for his service in operations over Afghanistan. The team now collapsed into a shape to represent the Royal Air Force newest adventure, newest capability into space and cyber. From the left, this is Apollo. As I said earlier, the team is over 140 personnel strong with the Blues, and inside those Blues there are 11 individuals who get to fly in the back of our aircraft when we cannot take the full engineering complement. They are known as Circus. One individual with me at every single display is Circus 10, and that this year is Air Specialist 1, Ewan Lewis, who's here filming the display for safety and debriefing purposes. He's also responsible for a lot of the airborne images and videos taken from the back of my aeroplane. The team now moved into Big Vixen for the colourful and loud present. Get your cameras ready for the Big Vixen present. As I said, 11 pilots in the team. I've already spoke about Red 11, myself, Red 10, former Tornado GR4 pilot. I was a former instructor on the Hawk T Mark II before I came to join the Red Arrows. This is my 4th and final year in the Red Arrows, and after this I'm going back to RAF Valley to be an instructor once again back on the Hawk T Mark II. All the Red Arrow pilots must have a minimum of 1,500 hours, be assessed as above average in the air, and have 1 operational tour under their belt before they can even apply to join the Red Arrows. They'll go through a rigorous selection process where we take all the applicants, we sift them down to the final 9, and then those 9 come and spend a week with us out in our Spring Hawk training exercise, through a mock interview, a flying test, a formal interview, before we then whittle them down to the 2 or 3 we need each year. Reds 8 and 9 now fall on the back of the rest of the formation. One of the most popular, if not the most popular manoeuvre we fly, it's tornado time! Reds 8 and 9 roll go as Reds 8 and 9 roll around the rest of the formation as Red 1 brings them towards us. But watch for the colour change as Red 1 brings them down the line. Red 8 now joining on the right, Red 9 coming in to join once again and form our famous Diamond 9. This will be your last opportunity to get your photo of the team in the Diamond 9 before we go into the second half. The second half is of course the more heart-pumping, jaw-dropping, fast-paced part of the show. But once again from the left, in our famous Diamond 9, it's the 2025 Red Arrows. As we go into the second half, get your cameras ready. We're starting the second half the same as last year. It was so popular. This is the 5-4 split. As I said, as we go into the second half, it's the more heart-pumping, jaw-dropping, fast-paced part of the show, broken down into 2 sections. Off to the left, you've got Reds 1 through 5, known as Aenuguid, named after Enid Blyton's famous 5. And off to the right, 6, 7, 8 and 9, known as Hannah, named after squadron leader Ray Hannah, one of the first members of the Red Arrows to lead the team. He took the team from a 7 to a 9 and formed our world famous Diamond 9. In from the left, Enid. In from the right, Hannah for the colourful 5-4 cross. The board call is made by Red 5 as he rolls around the smoke. Red 5 is Flight Lieutenant Dustin Wales, known as Dusty. Dusty, originally from Zimbabwe, is in his 2nd year on the team. He was Red 3 last year, red and blue rolling around synchro. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your cameras ready for the Hannah break. You have Reds 6 and 8 to your left hand side, Reds 7 and 9 to your right hand side. Hannah and the synchro pair are led by Red 6, the synchro leader, that's squadron leader Tom Hansford. Tom is in his 3rd and final year on the team, having been Red 7 and Red 3 originally. He's a former Typhoon pilot. He's also flown the Typhoon on operations across the world, as well as being a qualified weapons instructor, and is also the owner of a Distinguished Flying Cross medal. Each pair will now dive down to approximately 300 feet. They'll have a closing speed of over 800 miles per hour for the Hannah pass. Once again, keeping that 6G on. Red 6 now to your left, Red 7 coming across him and crossing behind him to finish that manoeuvre in slingshot. Red 9 in the left, doing 500 miles per hour in the Goose. Red 9 is Flight Lieutenant Ollie Suckling. Ollie is in his 3rd year on the team, a former Tornado GR4 pilot, And look to your far right hand side, you can see Red 8 pitching in. He will spear the heart. And from Corporal Matt Harris, who's Circus 5 this year, he'd like to say a big hello to baby Isabel, Beth and Richard. Love you lots from Uncle Matt Harris. Roll go command given by Red 1 as 8 and 9 roll around the smoke of Enid in the corkscrew. You may be able to see the front aircraft are flying with the air brake out. It's a small door at the base of the aeroplane towards the back. That has twofold effect. Firstly, it makes the aircraft a lot noisier because the pilots are flying with a higher throttle setting, and thereby it produces a hotter engine gas temperature and it disturbs the airflow outside the back of the aeroplane. It makes the smoke billow a lot more fuller and burns the smoke a lot more brightly. Before crossing in the middle, in a manoeuvre that used to be called carousel, this is now called circus. Each aircraft pulling hard now to 5 to 6G. Red 7 looking to miss Red 6 by only 30 metres, that's 100 feet. Not only that, they change colour halfway around that circle to make it even more difficult before coming round to the front to complete the circus. As Red 1 rolls around Enid, leaving a snake-like smoke trail in the sky in the Serpent. The motto of the Red Arrows is a clat, and that means excellence. And it means every single member of the team, whether you've only been on the team a week or whether you've been here 4 or 5 years, is striving for excellence in everything that we do. And hopefully when we leave the team in a better place than where we found it. Reds 2, 3, 4 and 5 now move up alongside Red 1, all looking 90 degrees left and right respectively towards Red 1. An extremely hard formation to fly for the team. This is Tango. For the first of our new manoeuvres this year, Red 6 and 9 upside down, looking to cross with 7 and 8 in chainsaw. Red 6 and 9 inverted for up to 30 seconds, working hard against that negative G, trying to prevent all that blood from rushing into their brain. Go as the command as 2 and 3 roll to the outside. Clear go is the call as Reds 4 and 5 roll to the outside. In one of the hardest manoeuvres for our new pilots to master each year, this is rollbacks. You can see 3 smoke trails running into us at crowd centre. Reds 8 and 9 roll around Red 6. Let's count the aircraft. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. No, wait a minute, there's the 4th aircraft. Red 7 hide and seek on Red 6 behind as they brake for the Tempest break. It's Hooray!